Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia. So today we're going to be talking about a bunch of things that are coming with inZOI that you may not know yet, or if you're just looking for more in-depth information. I have been watching so many inZOI videos, so throughout this video I'm going to be popping up which creator I learned this information from, and I'm going to have the links down below to each YouTube video. So today I'm only going through 3 different YouTube videos that I have watched that really showed me some information that I wanted to talk about. So I may have more videos like this because there is quite a few inZOI videos that I really want to go through and watch, so I'm just kind of making my way. So the first creator that I want to give a shout out to is Ocean Sims. I'm sure you guys know Ocean Sims. She's amazing. I'm gonna have her video linked down below. Go watch it because throughout this video I'm only gonna be having screenshots, so if you want to see actual video footage you gotta go and check out these creators. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Karma. So Karma is a brand new system, and you can see here we're under the Karma report category, and then it opens up this thing and you can see there's a graph. It says Karma distribution, and there's terrible, bad, slightly bad, normal, slightly good, good, and best. So basically your ZOIs are, going to have things that affect their karma. So for example, if you volunteer, that's going to give your ZOI good karma. Whereas if you litter, you're going to get bad karma. So different ZOIs around the world, even ones you're not controlling, they'll be getting good and bad karma depending on what they're doing. You can see here in the karma status tab, it'll show you different ZOIs and it'll show you what their karma is. I think this is a really cool, realistic system. I cannot wait to play around with this. So the next thing I want to talk about also comes from Ocean Sims, and that's realistic texting. There's also a very realistic phone you can see here. You can do lots of different things on the phone, but I wanted to highlight the texting. So you can't see it here, but basically there will be an option to reply in a certain way. You get to choose which way you want to reply, and it will even show that they're like typing for a second. I don't know, I was like, oh my god, it literally looks like my iPhone. The way it is so cool to me. I have seen some more footage about the whole texting, so I might pop up another picture later in the video from another creator, but I just love the way this works, and eventually you're going to be able to type out replies. So another thing in Ocean's video, she started typing in the little box, but then you can't send it yet. So I guess when the game launches, we are going to be able to literally type out our replies, and I think that is such a cool feature. So as far as your ZOI's needs, everything is pretty much the same as what we're used to from like The Sims 4, Sims 3, but there is a new need, and it's called recognition. And it says here, a need to be acknowledged by other ZOIs. If the need for recognition persists, the sad status might develop. Click to find the nearest ZOI. So I think this is really cool. The fact that your ZOI is gonna have a need to be acknowledged by other ZOIs. That's such a cool thing that I would have never even thought to put as a need, but it's something new and just like refreshing. So we also have ZOI statistics. I did talk about this a little bit in another video, but I wanted to show you guys this screen here because I believe when I've showed you guys before, it wasn't in English. I don't even know if I had anything pop up on the screen with this, but this is all in English so you guys can kind of understand it more. You can see here it says control city stability, and there's things like family relationships, relationship openness, city sanitation, fire prevention rate, city safety, which says here affects the probability of ZOIs engaging in violent acts. So yes, your ZOIs can engage in violent acts, they can get arrested, go to jail, all of that. Then we see health level, and then dream occurrence rate. Dreams is something I talked about quite a while ago, so I haven't brought that up again, and I'm not going to in this video, but yeah, there's a whole dream system, which is really cool, like a very in-depth dream system. Like your ZOIs can wake up in the middle of the night and sleepwalk and all, so that's really cool. Also, quick side note here, I feel like my whole street is doing everything today, and I really needed to record, and I couldn't wait any longer. I just feel like I had to shut my window and I can still hear it. I don't know what's going on outside. All I've heard today is just so many loud machines turning on, lawnmowers, all the things. So I don't know if it's picking it up, so I do apologize. But yeah, I really like the idea that we have control over all of this. You can see you can raise the bar up or down, and it's going to kind of control how much things happen, how little things happen. If you raise the health level up, ZOIs won't get sick as much, but if it's low, they'll get sick more often. The thing with inZOI is you are kind of playing as God. You have control over the whole city. And I think that's another cool thing that is different from The Sims it's still a life sim, you know, you're playing with your household, but then you also have control over the city. But you know, you don't have to. If you want to keep everything the way it is, you can do so. So another thing from Ocean's video that I really wanted to kind of point out, I've mentioned weather being an inZOI before, but here's a look at how it will kind of work. So I don't know if they will release like a seasons expansion pack or something like that in the future, but there will be weather in the base, except it doesn't work like seasons, you know, from The Sims 4, for example. Basically, for right now, you can just toggle the weather on and off. So you can see here, there's sunny, cloudy, rainy, and snowy. And you basically just click on those and it will change the weather. However, there is some gameplay with it, not much, but you know, your Zoe's clothes will get wet. Your Zoe will recognize that it's raining, for example. They will get like moodlets from that or whatever. So next thing I want to talk about is transportation. You can see here, Ocean's Zoe is walking towards a bus. And you can get on the bus, which is so cool. And then there's also subway stations. You can take the subway. And then of course, as you guys know, you are going to be able to also own a vehicle and then drive around the world. The vehicles are pretty cheap, as you can see. And so I do hope they raise the price on those. Something that I thought was very cool is the whole auto drive or manual drive system in the game. So in Ocean's video, she does show off both. So go check that out. But you can see here, auto drive is happening and it says traveling by car, and this is where the car is just going to drive on its own and you can just kind of watch the surroundings. So if you don't want to manually drive with the WASD keys, you don't have to do that. So I think that's great. It's a nice option. You know, different people like to play differently, so I think I'll be using both. I definitely am very excited for the hands-on driving for sure, but you know, sometimes I might just want to have the manual drive on and just look at everything because it's really satisfying. The world is absolutely gorgeous. So there is preferences in the game and I thought they looked really interesting. Honestly, I don't know much about them yet. I haven't seen a video that has really dove deep into it so far, but I kind of get the gist of it. So, you know, there's likes and dislikes. We're kind of familiar with this sort of system, and you can see here selected preferences. There's 5 out of 10, so you can have 10, and you can see singing is being hovered over, and there's kind of like the broken heart, which means it's a dislike. And then there's things with the yellow heart, which means it's a like. I think this is going to be really interesting, and you can change them. I don't know if your Zoes will kind of gain them naturally in game as well, but I did notice that you're able to just kind of click and change these things automatically. So another feature is ambitions. I don't know much about this yet either. Honestly, I feel like this is something I would need to play with, but for example, one option is family happiness. The goal is for all family members to have a happy and stable life. And you can see there's stuff in progress here. You can see there's joy of parenting and then loving family. So it kind of reminds me of aspirations in The Sims. I think that's kind of like the same vibe that's happening here. And you know, you do like the first set of things and then it goes to the second one, you know, and I think some of them have more than just 2. So like this one just has the joy of parenting and then loving family. But I think some of them do have like a 3rd or 4th different phase that you go into. But yeah, I'm really excited to learn more. So a little thing that I wanted to throw in here, while I was watching Ocean's video, I noticed surfing is an option. When she had her Zoe go surf, I got really excited because if you guys don't know, you can't swim yet. I'm assuming this will become an option when the game is released, although I think it's releasing in early access first, so I don't even know if swimming will be an option at that point either, but I'm sure once the game is complete, we'll be able to swim, especially because of the fact that they can surf already in the water, so they, you know, are able to get in, but it's just you can't just do like the casual swimming. But I was so excited to see that they could surf. It was a pretty fast interaction. I don't know if that will change and it will become longer as the water becomes more usable, I guess, but I was just so excited that they could somehow get in it, because if you have seen the water in some videos, you guys, oh my god, like it is the most beautiful thing. I felt like I was at the beach watching these videos. So something else you can see here is there is volleyball and you can practice heading, practice dribbling. This is so nice. The Sims doesn't even have volleyball yet, and I've been dying for sports like these. I just feel like a lot of the sports that I want aren't there yet, and the fact that we're gonna have volleyball in the base game really made me happy. Okay, so the next creator that I wanted to feature is Pixelade. So again, his video will be down below as well. Pixelade has lots of great videos going up as well, so go check them out. And he just released a really long gameplay video, and I was just like hooked on it. So that's where these screenshots are from. And guys, you need to watch the whole video. I was sat on the couch like a little kid Like when I tell you, like my hands were both placed on my face like I was an actual child, and I was leaned over, just literally like blown away watching this video. Like I could not focus on anything else. I felt like it was Christmas morning. He decided to have his first reactions like in the first gameplay video, which made me feel like I was like there playing with him, and it was so fun. So you can see here, you can just turn autonomy on and off. I really wanted to point this out because this is really cool. This is literally just like in the normal game, like, you know, you can see under that his ZOI is feeling normal. So that's like the ZOI's mood. And then literally just right above that, you can just turn autonomy on and off with one click. What? I feel like that is just so convenient and user-friendly. So another thing you can do is vacuum. I did mention this in one of my other videos, but I wanted to highlight it because when I actually saw the ZOI vacuuming in this video, I was like, wait a minute, you actually have to go vacuum each room. It'll be like, you know, I think it's like they have to vacuum 5 times or something like that, and they will actually go to each room and vacuum. I thought that was such a nice little touch. I don't think it really matters if the floor is actually dirty. You can still have that option to vacuum, but your ZOI's houses will get dirty and you'll see it on the floor. And when you're in the map view, you can actually see like how dirty other ZOI's houses are. So in Pixelay's video, his ZOI actually achieved charm level 1. So this is really cool. You can see here it says, now we could say the ZOI is pretty charming. They've gained the power to become a trendsetter through SNS product sponsorship ads. The first ad item is a leather ball cap. Click on them and select use bubbly to wear the leather ball cap. Get ready to turn heads. I wasn't expecting something like this, and I don't know, I thought it was really cool. I feel like a lot of you guys will like this whole charm level thing. And then we have desires. So this is kind of like wants from The Sims that you're used to seeing. The cool thing about this is you can go in and change what you want your ZOI's desires to be. You can see here, you can checkmark them and then it'll turn blue. So I like that. You have like, you know, different options, different desires your ZOI might be interested in doing, but you can go and choose which ones you actually want to go ahead and focus on. So another cool thing in Pixelay's video that I had to include is just more workout equipment, and you can see here his ZOI is using some dumbbells. So go watch the video to see this in action because I thought this was a really good animation. And the reason I wanted to highlight this is just because in previous Sims games, we do not have much workout equipment. So this is different and nice. I do want to just, you know, say again that I love The Sims, and this is not just like, you know, me comparing in a negative way. It's that the differences are good. You know, you want the games to feel different. So, you know, you might be missing out on some things in The Sims, and then you can play inZOI and you'll kind of fill in those wants, you know, things that you can do in inZOI that you're not able to do in The Sims. It's just refreshing because, you know, there's probably going to be things in The Sims that are not going to be in inZOI. I just really like how there's all this variety. I also noticed there's like a weight bar and stuff too. And I don't know, I've always wanted realistic workout equipment like this. It just feels more realistic to me. Like a lot of people don't have a gym membership. You know, I work out at home, so I'll use smaller at-home workout equipment. Okay, so something I'm very excited for is the fact that we can get stuck in traffic. You might be like, why are you excited about that? The realism. It's just, I've never experienced that before while playing a live sim game. The fact that we can get stuck in traffic. And I will absolutely cause chaos and drive onto the curb and the grass and skip all the traffic. Because, you know, things can happen in the game. And so I'm just like, I want to see what would happen if I do that and like running red lights and stuff. But I also want to note here in this picture, look at all the cool car options. So you can get out of the car, open the window, turn on lights, turn on emergency lights, turn on left turn signal, turn on right turn signal, and turn on headlights. You guys, I'm going to be the worst driver in this game, okay? If I'm good at it, I will be shocked with myself. So something else I loved to see was the options at the beach. First of all, I've been saying like the beach looks so real, the sand and everything. I don't know if you can build sandcastles and stuff. I haven't seen that yet, but maybe. But in Pixelay's video, he does show off the fact that you can click on the beach towel, apply oil, and tan. And I got so excited. There's also an option that says 2 ZOIs, apply oil. And I'm wondering if you have 2 ZOIs, can they apply oil on each other? I don't know if that is what's happening here. I really don't know, but it was just interesting. Okay, so the next creator that I want to showcase is Emma Nicole. So there is a feature called Desired Life. So I'm going to have her video linked down below, just like the other ones mentioned. Go check out her video because there's a lot of information in hers. This is not the first time she's gotten to play early, so she does have some experience experience with the game. And I feel like, everything's just very well explained. So she did kind of go over the whole desired life, and I love this, you guys. So this is, when you're going to be creating your ZOI, you're going to want to choose their desired life. So I love the options here. We have abundant life, tranquil life, loved life, life of growth, free life, challenging life, wise life, creative life, life of contribution, and life of overcoming. I love the variety here. I don't even know which one I'm going to choose, to be honest, when I play this for the first time. So an important thing that I want to go over is the ages. I haven't talked about this yet, I don't think. There is no teenagers. So I know that might be a big disappointment to some of you guys. Keep in mind, teenagers might come. I have no idea why they're not here right now. It might not be because they're never coming. It just might not be added in yet. Maybe they're working on them. Maybe they're already almost done, but just not quite where they can add them yet. I don't know. So right now there's baby, child, young adult, and then elder. So those are the options. I will say I'm not as upset as you would think. And I think it has to do with the fact that, in my opinion, having that baby and child age group is way more important to me. And it also might have to do with the fact that The Sims 4 has put this thing in my head where teenagers, just have too many similarities to adults in the game. Obviously, with high school years, it did make it better. But for the longest time, teenagers just felt so much like adults in The Sims 4 that nothing really stood out to me. And I know a lot of us felt that way. Yeah, they went to high school, but it just felt so lackluster. And so I think that's why I don't have this, the teenage age group in The Sims isn't holding a place in my heart the way infants and children do. I think that has something to do with why I'm not so bummed. I will say I was a little disappointed. Obviously, I wish they were there, but I also realized that they might come. It hasn't been said that they're not coming to the game. So it's not really something I'm going to be upset about when we might get them, And also I think, there's young adults. So I'm like, okay, I can just have in my head, they're not teenagers, but I can just say they're 18. And there has been some photos and little clips where I'm just like, are they in university? I don't know if there's a college system or any of that. I really don't know. But, it seems like kids have a pretty good amount of gameplay. I hope so. I need to watch more videos and see if anyone focuses on the children. And also, the babies look so good. You know what I mean? And it's at least they focused on that, because I'm used to, in The Sims, we didn't even have proper infants for so long. So honestly, I'm just happy with that. This game is going above and beyond so many of my expectations. So the other thing I want to talk about is the ability to drive in first person. Look at this. Again, go check out the video to see it in action, but I think it's so cool. If you don't want to be feeling like you're inside the car, of course you can have the other view too, but if you want this experience, you can do that. And it will literally feel like you are there driving the car. I think that is so much fun. And then here's another little photo of one of the buses. So like I said, you can get into those buses. Okay, so another really cool thing that Emma Nicole mentioned in her video that I hadn't heard anyone else talk about. So this was news to me, and I was like, oh, there is going to be a rumors system. I don't know how much this is implemented yet, but basically she was mentioning that the team had told them some stuff about this rumor system. So you'll see some ZOIs have this rumor thing above their head. As I was saying, I don't know how complete this is, but rumors will spread. And so basically different bits of information will be going around. And I just thought that was so cool. And kind of within this part of the video, Emma also mentions that sicknesses can spread. So, if a ZOI has a cold and they're around another ZOI, the cold can spread to that ZOI. And I'm loving the realism there. So again, just a little gameplay feature in Emma's video that I had to point out here at Cotton Candy. That is all I have to say. Cotton candy. The fact that there's a cotton candy stand makes me so happy. It's the little things that just bring me so much joy. So I haven't talked about these social interactions much, and that's because there's kind of a lot going on here. So maybe I'll dive more into it once I watch more videos. I have seen some creators say they're unsure about the whole interactions. They like them, but they felt like some things don't exactly make sense. However, of course, the people who have gotten early access, the whole point is to give feedback to the team. So I'm sure we'll see things improve and improve. But yeah, I do love how many social interactions there are. They just seem also very in-depth, very different than what we're used to, different things you're able to say. Say you want a coffee break. give a thank you card. I don't know. It's just such different options. And then you can see when hovering over like the love, you can see there's different levels here. So it says current love level, and then it says you're getting to know each other as a couple. And then you see there's a bar, and there's true love, sweetheart, mutual crush. And I just thought this was really, really cool. I love how in-depth it is. And you know, it'll be like that for the friendship too. Okay, so active careers. Guys, the careers are so active, more than I even thought. I mean, I knew, like, you can literally even be a firefighter and put out the fires. But I don't know, seeing this, I was like, oh my god, this is what I wanted for active careers with The Sims, like this type of style. So you can see in Emma's video, her ZOI is an amusement park cashier, and she has some tasks for the day. Her ZOI also had to change into her work uniform, like when she first got there. You can see she has to clean the store, and then it says how much time you have to do that. And you have to clean it 5 times. So then you can click on the floor and you'll see clean store. And look at this store. It's so cool. And so once you do that, if you finish it ahead of time, you kind of have time to do whatever you want before your next task. So within the video, she started to have her ZOI ride the rides. And oh my goodness, you guys. If you were wondering if the rides are rideable, yes. And you can do first person mode, and that just gives me like Roller Coaster Tycoon energy. Like literally look at this. The kids' hands are in the air and like the view of the water. I was just so impressed by this. And of course, you can have the other view too if you just want to watch from like afar. But I just think this is the coolest experience. Literally, like while she was waiting for her ZOI to have more tasks, she was able to just go around and ride the amusement park rides. Like, wow, what a perfect job to have. Okay, so something I don't know much about yet, but it was something showcased in Emma's video and I wanted to go over it. So you can see these ZOIs have a dysfunctional relationship. It says love is missing. The family needs to show more love towards each other. Support and understanding are essential. Starting positive conversations is key to improving the relationship. What? And you can see all the different levels here. Like they're at dysfunctional, but there's also distant, there's affectionate, close, loving. I'm really excited to explore that more. Again, this was my first time seeing this whole feature. And then lastly, like I said earlier in the video, I do have another picture of some texting. Look how like realistic this is. Where are you? Tell me now. And then of course there's a lie being told here. I had a therapy session at the hospital today. It's been really tough lately. And then you have the options of what you want to reply with. So that is all the information that I wanted to talk about with you guys today. There is so much, you guys. If you just type in inZOI into YouTube, all the like newer videos, or at least for me, are popping up at the top. So definitely go check them out because there's so much more. As I said, I may have more videos kind of going over different features. And yeah, go and check the videos out down below. This is literally just from 3 videos, you guys. And like, yeah, there's even more information that is showed within those videos. I didn't want to write down every single thing, right? So yeah, go check them out, give them some love. I am so excited for this game. It is looking so promising. I cannot wait. And I love how much you guys are loving what you're seeing. It's making me even more excited. It's so fun to see the community kind of all come together and be excited about a game. I love that. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.